Hi everyone, it's Jeanette. Welcome to my craft room. Thank you for joining me. To those who have been here before and those that are new, welcome. Today Rachel's doing a tutorial on for the love of a daughter, and I thought about doing that. I do love my daughter dearly, but today I had a really it was a privilege. It was sad. It was everything. I don't know, you could probably hear me talk about little Molly, puppy dog that used to come here and be with me in my craft room while her mum, her nanny, was in Adelaide working. Well, today we had to make the decision, Janine had to make it, and I helped her along, of taking her down to say goodbye, send her off to Rainbow Ridge. So at the moment I can't think straight. So what I thought I would do was just continue on making little bits of ephemera for my journal that I'm doing. And I did say in the previous craft with me for this journal that I was going to use these little medallions, tags. I got them from Which Craft You Do, and I will link that below. They came white with silver around the edge of them and some string, so I've cut the string off, and I've squirted them with my little Mr. bottle that I've put a eyedropper full of vintage photo in. So I'm just going to decorate these up, and what I'm going to do after I've decorated, I'm going to put an eyelet in them. Hopefully I can put a jump ring on and have a little charm dangling off them. That's the plan, so we'll see how we go. So I'm just going to sort of collage a bit onto them, and I was going to have a couple done before I turned the camera on, and then I thought, why do that? Just let's turn the camera on and get on with it. And then I'm just going to use them to tuck in little spots throughout the journal. So yeah, so dear little Molly, she's no longer with us. She won't be barking and woofing at the door to come in or go out or what have you. But she's at peace and she's not in any more pain. Well, I don't think she was in pain anyway. She was one of these little puppies who had multiple health issues. But she never let you know. You never knew she was in pain or she was sick. She'd just go down in a heap, and that was her way of saying, hey, I'm not well. So there we go. Okay, so little bits like this. I'm going to use some of Tracy's little words, which will be popped on them, and yeah, so it's just a little collage. I want a little bit of colour, and I've got some of this eco paper. I thought it's in the colours that are in the journal. So if I go a bit quiet today, hopefully you'll understand why. A bit like that. Yep, and then we'll pop a little butterfly or something on it as well, because I've got those little butterflies here that that I chopped out the other day. So, off we go. Did I say? Hope you're all well. It's a beautiful rainy day here again today. The sun's been coming and going all day. It's one of those, you know, one minute it's pouring with rain and the next minute The sun's out. And while we were waiting to go into the vets, Janine said, look up there. And it was a cloud, and it had, it was like a paw print. And then there was another one that that looked like a puppy dog's head. And I said, well, that's an omen, Neen. And I said, and I'll tell you now, I wasn't going to, but as I was driving to Janine's, a song came on, You Died in My Arms. And I thought, oh my God. That was just, I'm thinking, oh yes, this is why, what we're doing. Okay, so that little one will go there. Now I was tossing up whether to keep the silver theme or whether to go with the bronzy, brassy colour. So let's just see. These holes are the size that you can push your all my charms are bronzy colour, so we might have to go back to that. And then I may be able to, I've got my let's just pop a couple of those down. I don't know how many we'll get done today, but I've got my pens that I've been colouring some metal with, and we'll see if that will colour this. So these are the North Spectrum pens. I think that's how you say it. I'm not right up with it. And what I basically do is, just go around the edge and I let it dry naturally. And it stays on there. I've done this on if I've got silver charms that I want to change the colour of, or now the back is still silver, but I'm going to leave that for a moment and we'll pop that there and let it dry a bit. And so we'll see, do another one. So I'm just going to put it down and pop that one first this time. And I've got some of the pinky colour one that was used on the other. This journal is quite pretty. I like it. It's got some nice elements in it. I might just put a piece of this lace on it too. Little bit of fishnetty type. This is what I dyed the other day with that the Vintage Photo stuff. Actually, I'll just put a bit of this vellum. Just a bit of a different look. Now, oh, what's that one I see there? Just if that's going to be too big. Oh no, what's this little baby one? Forever. We'll do that one for next one. I've taken to wearing my Ugg boots out here because it's getting a bit cold. God, having a bit of a hot flush. Probably don't need to have them on. Just get my ink out, just ink the edge of that a bit. Yeah, so there's, I mean, I also did have a go on using one of these, and I used my texture paste and popped a butterfly on it. I don't know if that one's still, not sure where I put it now. But that turned out really nice, so I might have to try that one day and show you. It was a really cool effect. No, it's not there. Got lots of little pieces on my shelf. I cleaned it up the other day and now it's all back the way it was. These little dinky ones are so cute. Oh, that one's nice too. Just nip a bit. I cut these out while I was watching telly, and I sort of left them a little bit long around the edges. Oh, I'm going to cut the antenna off because that's too fiddly. So tiny. Yeah, so the love for my daughter has not come into this one this week, today's project, because I love my daughter every day. We talk every day, but today is just a day where I want to do something that I don't have to think a lot about. And I would have to think about, because I was thinking, well, she's a doggy groomer. She grooms puppies. She's a mother. She's fantastic at both of those jobs. She's got a loving partner and all those things. And I think there's so much that I could do. And I had to have to stop and think too much. So this way, we'll just not think. They're cute, aren't they? They look really, really effective, and I think they'll be a nice little addition. And I mean, even if we don't put the bulb pin and all that width on them, you can still put string, you can put chain, you can put whatever you like onto them. And they just make a nice little addition to a page and a tuck, and just lift that up. There we go. Now I'm going to cut that little bit off. I shouldn't be using these scissors. These are my little ribbon scissors that I like to just keep for that. Put them back on the sewing machine so I'm not tempted. Smudge that off. Okay, So there's two. Let me just have a look and see if I can find some charms. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So I've got a couple of jump rings and a few little charms. You just twist them sideways and that will go into there. Now I've got perhaps we'll put a little flower on that one. And that just, I think that might have been out of camera. So there you've got your little charm. It'll fling around a bit, but it'll also just sit onto that as well. Now I also thought, I'll do it again with this one. So I just get it either side and twist. God, I had it, didn't hold it right. Twist. So then we pop it on. Now if you just pop your ball, twist it back so that it's secure. Then I thought you could also, I've got these little cute little charms that I made. Whoops, where's my fingers? They just got the bulb pin, they've got a few little beads and a crystal on the end, and you could just hang. Doesn't want to open for me. Fingers aren't working again. Why? There we go. And then just pop one of those on there. And then that's just a nice little dangly from the side. Just something a little bit different. And I think these would also just pop on there without doing anything to them. So your little bulb pins would quite nicely fit onto the side there. Probably won't swing around and be as easy, but they will still go on there. So there we go. We've got a couple of little ones like that one, and that one with the, get back over there, with the little rose. And I think they look absolutely gorgeous in a tuck spot. While we're here, I'll pop those all out the way. I'll just show you what I meant. Now I wonder if I can, without mucking it up, bring you in closer. Oh my golly, Jeanette's getting pretty clever. There we go. Okay, so I've got texture paste. Oh, that's the crackle. I don't want the crackle one. The opaque matte. Although the crackle would look nice, and then you'd go over it with your paint or your ink. And yeah, you'd have a lovely effect on there. So what I do, I get a stencil that's going to cover the area. So this is just a couple of little butterflies, and then I just get it onto the back, the paste onto the back of my spatula, and then just wipe it over. This is fairly thick. Now, if you want it flat, you wipe it off. If you want it to have a bit of texture, whoops, and I've just gone under there, so it's going to be a mess. I mean, oh, sorry. Oh no, it still worked, but it did go over that side. So we'll just get that. I needn't have said that word. So you just wipe that little bit off. Okay. And there you have your little bit of texture. And that can easily be dried off. This takes very, dries really, really quickly. It's near enough to dry now. And there you've got that. So then you can put a couple of little stones on it. You can colour it with my... let's see what this looks like. And you can just put a bit of colour onto whatever you've done, just to give a bit of interest. And I mean, if you've got a lot more time than I've got here at the minute. Oh, sorry, that was all off camera. But there you go. And you could even put a couple of little sequins. I mean, this wouldn't necessarily go in this journal, but it can quite easily go in. I like using these little ones. They remind me of honeycomb bees, and so I like to put them upside down. And then you can also put a little pearl, little pearl or a little bead inside them, just to add a little bit of interest. And then where's that little, did I knock the, so that can just pop on there as well. I mean, it's nothing flash, but you know, you get the idea of what you can do with your texture paste, and it just gives that added dimension. So what I'll do, I'll just pop off and make a couple more, and I'll come back and show you the end result. Okay, back again, and I've finished what I was doing. So this is one of the first ones I did, and I put that little bit of the Spectrum Noir around the edge. You see it's sort of a bit, it's not covering everything, but it's it looks pretty, and there's a little dangle hanging off the end of that one. The next one I did was this one. I put the little rose on there. What's the wee? That's better, isn't it? Yeah. Little butterfly and a few little bits to. Then we did this one. I wasn't really happy, and I'm still not really happy, but it's different, and it's got a little, I just popped a little leaf on there, and that one, that might go in my little ideas box. And then I did go back and have another play, and this was this stencil, and I just popped that on there, and then I spritzed it with the Vintage Photo ink, and then popped that little charm on there too, just to make a you know, and you could put labels, words, but I think it just looks rather cute like that. And then I did the same with this one, and this was just a little flower out of, reaching back, out of this little set, and it's this little heart piece there. Yeah. So I quite like those, and then I put a little bee on it, something different, a bit different. And then the last one I did, I found a little rose that was, it just fell onto my lap. A bit of imagination, some sari silk behind, and a Made with Love. So they're my little trinkets today, just playing around on a day that I just needed to just play, I think. So I hope you enjoyed that for the day, oh gosh, 24 or 25. I'm not with it today, as you know, but I thoroughly enjoyed mucking around, and thank you for taking my mind off things, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, happy crafting and bye for now.